It looked good. We had our times. I think the learning curve of it has been shortened. You guys have learning what to do, how to practice, how we go about our day-to-day business. And for the most part, been satisfied.
Mike, how does the offense's switch to tempo and going fast affect you guys in practice and might affect you in the fall?
Well, knowing what to do as far as the players, guys got to know what to do. Everything is happening really fast. Getting the signal from the sideline, knowing exactly how to line up and just tempo and being ready to go. I love it. It gets us ready for during the season. You never know if you may face it during the season, so it prepares you in practice and gets you ready for the season.
How have your guys handled that in terms of being ready, getting lined up in the right spot, making the adjustments on the fly that you want to make?
I think early on it was a little rough. You definitely got to be in, well conditioned, in shape. That's the first thing that show the guys that's in shape, and ready. That's the first thing, and I think they've adapted to it. They're ready for it now. You see there the practice we just had. It was another tempo period. Guys looking around, and you kind of see, you learn which guys know what to do and which guys are kind of just falling into place.
Have you had any injuries out there throughout this spring?
I don't think we have any major injuries. That's a question there for Coach Muschamp. But in my position, we haven't had any major injuries.
Getting back to the tempo, how crucial is it to have a guy out there in that second level of defense that can call that signal on the fly, call that audible, and get them lined up against that kind of speed?
That's big. You actually want to have a guy in the secondary. You actually want to have one in the linebacker and the D-line also, just a guy that can relay the call, a guy that can take charge out there and run the show, so to speak.
Who is that guy in your group?
Right now, Dennis Warner. He's a guy who's learning how to become a leader. He's one of those guys who lead by example. So every day I'm getting on him about not only doing your job but bringing somebody along with you. And he's adapted to it and he's doing a great job at it.
Is he playing mostly buck now?
Yeah, he's playing. He's doing a little bit of everything.
Okay.
He's on the field. We're moving around a lot. A guy who had a lot of production for us last year. So. We're trying to feed off of that and find some of the things that he can do really, really good for us.
What does that do for you guys, being able to maybe put him at end and get $2 on the field?
What you're doing is you're actually getting your best 11 guys on the field, and you're kind of finding out some of the things the guys do really well and try to put them in that position.
What kind of development have you seen from Brad Johnson, kind of from the end of last season up to now?
Oh, man, it's been a big jump. I'm really proud of that kid, man. Last year I kind of rode him. I was on him a lot early on in the season. He didn't play early. I told him why. He wasn't ready to play early, in my opinion. He's a guy who got all the tangibles. He can run, he can hit, strong, explosive, but on this level you got to, the techniques and all those little things that you tend to take for granted. They show up on a game, So, and he's been working. He's been working hard at it. He worked hard in the off season, and it's showing up here in spring ball.
Was that a problem of him just getting a little bit lighter, watching more film, or just listening to what he was doing wrong and trying to make it better?
Yeah, just, adapting to college ball, man. High school ball, you can be the strongest guy, the fastest guy, and just run around. In college ball, I say in high school you can do that. In college ball, it doesn't work. You got to know what to do. And, I try to tell the guys, defense is like a machine. You're just one part of this machine. And if your part is not working, the machine doesn't work, So he had to learn, what exactly to do, and he's doing that.
I guess Bryson's going to line up a little bit of everywhere for you guys.
Right.
How has he been this spring, and how has he shown that he's ready to be back after missing so much last year?
He's been good, man. Right now he's not able to practice with us, so he's in all the meetings, and, he's an older guy, but I pick on him like he's one of the younger guys, and I told him why. You're the older guy, so I'm going to make you stand up at the board and draw things up. I'm going to call on you in the meetings just to keep you sharp and mentally, in tune with what's going on, and he's been great about that.
Is it a case, Mike, of once he's cleared to play, he automatically goes back out there on the field and starts, or will you tell him, you have to re-earn your spot?
Well, that's a decision that, the head coach, speaks on. My job is to get him ready to play. He decides who play and when they play, and my job is to get him ready and make sure he's ready on Saturday.
Who would you say is kind of grouped into the buck spot, and who's grouped kind of into that other end spot?
Well, right now we got two guys that's been added, to the group would be Aaron Sterling and Shameik Blackshear, two guys that's playing really good for us. Aaron is a guy who's guy I like here. You know, he's an undersized guy. You look at him, you wonder how does he get it done, but he's one of, you know, similar to myself when I play. He finds a way to get it done. You know, that's why I like him. So he's having a great spring also. Shamik Blackshear, you know, I would call him my project kid. You know, we're trying to find, you know, what do he do really, really well in this system. And, you know, he's changed his life. You know, you hear him talk about it, you see it out on the field. You know, I try to tell the guys, you know, he kind of, you know, where you live away from football usually funnels over to, you know, your production on the field. And he's taking care of everything away from ball, and you showing up in practice and having a good spring for us.
Mike, when it comes to Shamik, what was it that made the light turn on and say you need to take advantage of your talent?
That's it, man. Just taking advantage of the opportunity. You know, I think, you know, you gotta relate to each guy a little different. You know, so it's just, you know, my job was to find out what button to push to get that guy going. You know, and, you know, staying positive with him, but also being hard on him and letting him know what he's doing wrong and what he's doing right, and getting him to trust in me. And I think that's what's showing up right now.
So Sterling and Blackshear are Bucks now?
They're ends now. Right now they're playing for ends. You can put one of them in their end. You can put one of them at Buck. You know, like I said, we're just trying to find the best guys to put on the field and go from there.
Who else is playing Buck?
Brad Johnson,
Fennell?
Danny Fennell. You know, Danny Fennell is, you know, he's probably been the most consistent guy this whole spring. You know, you can put him at Sam, you can put him at the Buck position, you can put him at the end position, and he goes in and do exactly what you ask him to do. So, you know, that having that confidence and feeling that I can put him in any position and he can go out and get the job done, that's a confident feeling.